Scoop Cox, Courtney Cox in the morning show.
Excuse me?
Scoop Cox. That's what you call it. It's a nickname. It's a very common nickname for people who get Scoops Keefe, Scoops Cox.
So is this a Cox bomb?
Yes, this is a Cox bomb. 100% it is. Courtney Cox. And she didn't give her source, oddly enough. I'm surprised. Usually reporters, good reporters anyway, be like, hey, I heard this from a source, and they tell you who the source is.
Well,
but
she
actually
didn't do that
did
a good job covering her source. She said, I was with this person, and he or she wouldn't even narrow it down.
No way to know.
Smart. She'll go to prison for her source.
Listen to Courtney Scoops Cox this morning giving you the lowdown on the Celtics sale.
But this is Celtic Scoop.
Celtic Scoop. I was chatting with somebody that I am close with and trust a lot.
Implicitly?
Implicitly, yes. And he...
He never revealed the
I thought it was
or
Mego.
she.
Or she, okay. Long pause.
They cut me off. Was telling me about the Celtics, their pitch deck for, selling the team. And there are 3 final groups.
Okay.
Now, this person, not from the area, who I was talking to.
Yeah.
So, Expedition, Jeff Bezos is one.
Okay. Bezos is still in.
Yep, still in.
Bezos!
Yes.
Okay. Bezos is still in.
Win Encore.
Really?
Wow.
The number 2.
Makes a lot. Oh, are these ordered or?
Oh, well, no, not
just
ordered.
there's just 3 files.
Yeah, I'm
Win
building
Encore.
up to the last.
Can you pause it for a second, Stiz? Can these guys let her give the scoop, please? Jesus, it's like every Tuesday says Curtis. Well, what do you mean? Is it ranked in a row? Hillman's jumping in. Everybody's jumping in. Let her give the scoop.
They really
for
are.
God's sake.
They're acting like she's listing her 3 favorite appetizers,
No
not
kidding.
the future of basketball in Boston.
We got a bombshell here, and they're like, wait a minute, hold on. I have to comment. Just let her give the
All
scoop.
over
Come
her.
on.
All
Not that I
over
need to tell them how to do radio or anything. Obviously, they're doing very well. But just please, can we get to the scoop already?
Believe that that there won't be a Revs stadium in Everett, but there will eventually be, if Win Encore gets it, there will be a Celtics building
Yep.
over there.
Interesting to note in the Globe story over the weekend, though, they sold the land.
She's not done with the scoop yet.
So the Win doesn't.
the
It's a
interesting
similar but different situation to the Celtics with relationship with the Bruins.
Right.
If Win buys the Celtics, they do not own the land that the casino rests on.
Okay.
They had to sell that during the pandemic.
Okay.
Now, I say
Back
that
to the
he or
scoop.
she is not from the area because they then say to me, and then the final is someone I don't know, Sam Kennedy, and I gasp. And so it says Sam Kennedy in group, which is, of course,
Sam Kennedy and group.
which is Fenway Sports Group.
He's
Would be
Sam Kennedy
and
group.
Or Sam Kennedy has a lot more money than I thought he did.
Yeah.
Really been saving up those per diems.
Really, I'm sure he does it very well. Obviously he's got a very high profile job with a Major League Baseball team, and he is part of Fenway Sports Group, so I'm sure he gets a nice kickback from that as well. But he doesn't own Fenway Sports Group. He's an employee at Fenway Sports Group, which is run by John Henry, who's the money guy, and him and Tom Warner are the billionaire, right? They're the ones who would be funded, not Sam Kennedy.
Why
unless
isn't
they
it
want,
LeBron
Unless
and
they want
group?
him to be a figurehead a la Wick Grossbeck, which wasn't Wick Grossbeck's money. It was Irv Grossbeck's money. So maybe John Henry in this case is playing the Irv Grossbeck role, and they put Sam Kennedy out there, and he's the front-facing owner of the Boston Celtics. Now,
This
either way,
ruse is over already.
it already is. Not that anyone expected that Kennedy had that kind of call. We're not even sure Pagliuca has that kind of money. So clearly we don't think that Sam Kennedy does. By the way, Pagliuca not on that list.
Nope.
Pags is someone who I thought would get maybe a little bit more of a shake on this. Maybe it's already out of his price range, and he couldn't get enough investors together to put in a competitive bid. But there you have it. Wynn Casinos, Jeff Bezos, and the Fenway Sports Group, according to Coco, the 3 finalists to buy the Celtics.
Give me Bezos. Give me Bezos
I'll take
every
Bezos.
time.
I'll take Bezos, too.
From the little I know about Amazon and him reinvesting to grow that company into the Goliath that it is now, and they have their fingers in so many different ventures. If he ran a baseball team that way, we're just going to reinvest the money right back into the team. Isn't that what we're all asking for? Isn't that what we all want?
Absolutely.
Plus, he's got FU money.
Right.
I don't want to
FU NBA money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mark Cuban has FU money. But Jeff Bezos has FU NBA, I'll do whatever I want money. Like
Right.
that's different than normal people FU money. You know,
Yeah.
like that's a whole different thing.
But that doesn't necessarily mean a good thing. Like, just because he has a bunch of money doesn't mean that he's going to make good
You're right about that. He
decisions
might
for
not.
the team.
But he also
Elon
won't
has,
be.
Elon has FU money, and I don't like some of the decisions he makes.
I don't like many
hater.
of the decisions.
Hater.
I'm just saying.
I mean, heart's man is Elon Musk.
Should have kept it Twitter.
Yeah, maybe that might have helped. Since no one calls it what he changed it
I
to.
refuse to
It's been
this
2
day.
years. No one calls it that. And he's still like, nah, this X thing's really going to catch on, you guys. No one even types in X when they go. People still type in Twitter when they go to the website. It's unbelievable. Maybe the worst launch and rebrand of all time. No one's accepted it. People just actively rejected it. I don't think that's necessarily the thing you got to worry about with Jeff Bezos, but I think the point that you're making, Andy, is that he's not going to fall into financial constraints and say, hey, you know what? This is really hurting my bottom line here, having to pay all these guys and pay into the tax apron and all that other stuff. That's not going to matter to him. He's not going to care. But that's just because he doesn't have to care. It's not going to be something like Irv Grossbeck probably didn't care about that much, that stuff that much either. But he looked at it as a business and thought, you know what? This thing's not really, cranking the way I thought it was. And now's a good time to get out, and we'll give it to somebody who can take on all this stuff and take on all these additional fines and fees and taxes
Especially
and all that
now.
thing. Bezos can do all that and not really have it affect him. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to run it that way. Who knows how he's going to run it, but he could run it that way.
And
I
I
don't know that anybody else really could.
Do I have any reason to believe he's going to run it, tight-stringed? I don't.
I have no idea what he's going to do.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But I think you just presume a lot of money. If he has a lot of money and he's buying the NBA champions, I feel like it's like a toy. That sort of classic rich guy. I already have the biggest yacht. I already have this.
Right.
I already have that.
Wouldn't it be cool to have the best team in the NBA
Right.
too? Like winning championships and everybody loving me and
Yeah.
being up there holding the trophy on the duck boat, like all that. Yeah, of course. That's
Plus,
what,
he's
that's what
dabbled-
rich guys are into. Of course.
Doesn't he own the papers? Washington
Post.
Like,
He owns Whole Foods. He
yeah,
owns
so
Amazon.
there's
Yeah,
a
all
lot
that stuff.
going on there, and he probably sees it as a way to make money. I don't think a lot of people lose money in professional sports these days.
I don't think
Seems
any
like
of
the
them do.
tide is rising.
Yeah.
For all of them at various rates.
That's why you don't see these teams come up for sale all that often.